What's up, guys? Welcome to the Walk-Ons. Here with Drew McDonald, former Spinnaker sports editor, Hall of Famer of Spinnaker. I'm your person in charge of this meeting today, Spinnaker sports editor John Watson. How are you doing today, Drew?
I'm doing great, John. I woke up today. I felt pretty dangerous, obsessed with myself like Baker Mayfield, so pretty good.
I think I'm the same, man. I hit the gym at like 6:30 this morning. Pretty fun times when everyone's at the gym and just dreading themselves.
Yeah, you see the guys with the little 2-inch tank tops with their giant biceps at the gym.
Now this is actually Planet Fitness, so
Oh, okay, good.
not allowed there. As you can
Judgment free, no lungs.
As you can see in our favorite, Spinnaker article, Planet Fitness is a judgment-free zone.
Mhm.
No ads for Planet Fitness. Not no. No.
So
But
I went to a gym, John, with a purple and yellow color scheme, and there was an older guy there that brought a giant beach towel with him to the gym, like a 6 foot size towel, and I'm like, where are you wiping, man? Like it's weird.
I guess he's staying clean through this pandemic. I guess. But we got a few things to talk about today. First off, we'll start off with the NFL. We'll do a little recap of last week and the big games that happened, the big storylines. I think one of the bigger storylines for the week was the Jaguars winning. What the heck happened?
Yeah, it's a Minshew was what 19 for 20, I think. I was a stat, and he had like 173 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's really accurate passer we saw, and he kind of spread the ball around to guys like Keelan Cole, Chark, and Laviska Shenault. I think that they're starting to kind of get into rhythm, I think, with this kind of youth and might be their advantage, I think, this season.
Yeah, not many big plays, only 183 yards of passing. And I think Philip Rivers had upwards of 380 and, still lost the game. So I think that was an interesting part of the game that was like, it was accuracy over, passing yards. Um, the rookie running back, what's his Robinson, I believe it is, right?
Uh, James Robinson.
James Robinson. He had he's the all-time leader in week one starts of an undrafted rookie running back. You know, that's like one of those ESPN stats is like guys born on July 4th, 2021, have rushed for 164 passing yards on 4 occasions in 3 different continents. It's one of those crazy, ESPN stats. But what do you make of his rookie debut?
Well, I think also it was like he's the only guy in the NFL to be from an FCS school to start a game week one. He went to Illinois State, a really small school. I like what I saw. He had like 60 yards, I think, on 16 carries. So it shows he's going to be the main guy for now, at least, as number one running back for the Jaguars. I liked his hurdle against the Colts. That's pretty sick on Sunday.
How how did like no other NFL teams just say, "Oh wow, this guy's the leading rusher in the FCS. Let's just pass up on him until and he's going to go undrafted." Like, how did nobody see that?
And speaking of draft picks, how about Henderson, the cornerback, man? He was solid for the Jaguars on Sunday.
Hmm. Yeah, he was Henderson or right?
Henderson, yeah, from Florida.
Yeah, CJ, man, the ninth pick, which I didn't realize he was drafted that high. But we did like the draft picks anyway. Um, Ninth pick, and he got his first interception, which puts him on pace for to tie what's his face this year, Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah.
We'll see if he keeps it up. They got some tough tests this season, and I'm excited to see.
How about this? It took John Ramsey 15 games to get his first pick, so
Hmm.
it's like Henderson once. Just saying.
Henderson won. I think the key play from that game I think was the Andrew Wingard pick, and having a returning player making a big stop like that. Late game situation, Philip Rivers at the helm. I mean, Philip Rivers sucks when late game situations, so I can see why he choked that one away.
Yes, but also Marlon Mack too. One of his best guys had like an Achilles injury. He might be out for the year, so got that probably to do with Naheem Hines and Jonathan Taylor now.
Um, Around the league, a few different key matchups, key defeats. I think the biggest one was, of course, the Bucks Saints. Saints looked rusty, but were able to defeat the Bucks based on pure luck and whatever you call them. Oh yeah, uh, flags, or not flags, but what do you call them?
Pass interference,
Like, yeah,
penalties.
penalties. Yeah, they got a lot of penalties, and the Bucks gave them that game. And so, what do you think about the Bucks offense, and what do you think about the Saints? Um, remarkably mediocre defense.
John, one of the top 5 boy bands of all time is NSYNC. They did Justin Timberlake, Joey Fatone, Kirkpatrick, all those guys. Now, Tom Brady was out of sync, I think, with this receivers. Godwin has a concussion. Evans didn't really get a lot of good looks, but there is a guy named Scotty Miller could be a guy for the Buccaneers if Godwin is out this week against the Panthers. But no, I think that it was a very average, lukewarm game, to be honest. Breeze threw shy 200 yards, which is kind of like sad for a guy his caliber. So it kind of showed that like Brady, for now, Brady isn't the guy they paid him to be, but it still was week 1. So
Yeah, I didn't feel like this was an official game. I felt like this was a more of a preseason game where they're just trying to get their hands on the offense and get them game ready. But going up against the Saints was a big game that they didn't really need to win since they'll play the Saints later in the season. But it could be an NFL, what do you call it, championship game. Could be the AFC or NFC championship. But I think that the Bucks could are definitely going to unload on the Panthers this week and have a little better of a balanced offense with Tom Brady finally figuring out how to use. Also, Tom Brady loves his white receivers. So let's just say that.
also, but Gronk though 9 yards. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I think he had like 1 catch for 9 yards or something like that. I had him on fantasy team where I might have beat you, but
Yeah, that might have happened.
might have happened.
There's no stats out there to prove your thesis though.
Yeah, I've none. But think a few other notable things around the league. Do you have any highlights?
Um, I think I've heard it best that the Falcons are the best team that sucks right now.
Mm,
They're the best team that sucks because Matt Ryan threw over 400 yards. 3 of his receivers 100 yards each.
mhm.
He still lost to Seahawks.
Yeah,
So if
uh,
you're if you're a fantasy owner, any Falcons receiver would probably get you good points, but their defense is straight trash. Russell Wilson is a beast. He had 4 touchdowns, I think, on Sunday. So he probably might have had the best performance, I think, of a quarterback this week was Russell Wilson.
yeah. I wouldn't even put Week 1 as really a regular season game for any team except for maybe the Washington football team at this point. But yeah, I think that if you throw for over 400 yards, you should win the game.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for guys like Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan, they're getting a little greedy with the long ball, and I don't think you can really do that in this year's NFL. You saw guys like Minshew with the short, 19 for 20, 180, almost 180 yards, and he won the game. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Some other storylines from different leagues. NCAA announced that college basketball will be returning on November, I think it's 25th. I think it is, right?
Yeah.
So what is to make of that, and what's to make of the post Thanksgiving start date?
Well, I'm glad to see we get college basketball back. Speaking of college basketball, just a little shout out here to Ivan Gandirosa, Wajid, and Garrett. Ivan signed a deal to play in Cyprus, which is a small country in Europe. Wajid's in Estonia, which is kind of north of like by Latvia. Then Garrett's in Germany. So shout out to those guys for during their post college careers. But back to the NCAA, I think that post Thanksgiving, it's to be weird with the scheduling. I think to kind of get all those games in, like the Monday games. Like I know UNF plays like Baylor and all those big schools. So no, not Baylor. Texas A&M, I think, Oregon. So I don't know how they're gonna get those games in and plus conference, but I mean, I guess some basketball is better than no basketball.
I think it could be fun for UNF because we'll play. Hopefully, we'll play Liberty like 3 times, and we could unload on the our favorite rivals. But I don't know if I have to cover 3 JU matches. I'm ah,
Man,
it's gonna be
man,
nice.
it happened last year, man. We beat them 3 straight times.
Yeah, I have to cover 4, JU matches. Ah, I'll have to rethink my hypotheses on JU.
Yeah, I also heard that didn't the Big Ten also I think trying to play this season in football.
Big Ten, my boy Watt Filior and the Indiana squad are going to be back on the field for this season. I know Watt from his high school days at Plant High School, my alma mater. And he's a senior wide receiver on the Indiana squad. So, I hope to see them back in action. And yeah, I think that's October 24th or 23rd, right?
Yeah.
Big Ten, yeah, I like the Big Ten. Penn State, they always have a rowdy crowd, but I guess no crowd this year.
I wonder
Woo.
how they're gonna get the games in though, for all the playoffs because like it's like what like let's see maybe 10 weeks if they can squeeze those in. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be interesting with every team with how they're going to determine what teams make the 4-team playoffs, which is absolutely kind of idiotic that they still have a 4-team playoff because that's not very nice. But we'll see. I don't think UCF's going to make it, but
No,
team
because
like teams like maybe Notre Dame that made it one year because of got like the 4th seed. Notre Dame's now playing in like the ACC. Maybe they'll have a little easier time. I got you. What's it, Bruce Hope? You know, they'll maybe make the be like a 2 or 3 if they have a good season.
you mentioned UCF, man. They got a pretty good test on Saturday against Georgia Tech at 3:30 on 8 BBC. So maybe we'll have the Jackets start riding high from their FSU win. So we'll see if they can upset the Knights.
I wouldn't say that Georgia Tech is really um, high-powered offense at this point, just because of their last game against lowly Florida State. But I could see, is their quarterback back for the UCF? I forget his name. Milton, I think it is.
I'm not sure if he's back or not. Might have that guy from last year. I forget his name.
Sorry, this dude just hit 2 balls in the U.S. Open. Which, speaking of the U.S. Open, watching it right now as we're on the meeting. U.S. Open Day 1 officially over. Well, for everyone watching this, not for us, it's still going on. But what are your thoughts on U.S. Open returning to Winged Foot, golf course in beautiful New York?
Well, I don't watch much golf, but like my high school is actually in the tournament right now,
Yeah.
Mr. Daniel Berger. So
Oh,
hopefully,
Daniel, yeah.
yeah, went to my high school, so rooting for him. I think he had a pretty good couple tours, I think, this season already.
Yeah, he won it. Yeah.
He won, yeah. Also flex there. I've always liked Berger. I like Matt Kuchar, Brent Snedeker.
Yeah.
Those my guys.
Brooks Koepka isn't playing this one due to an injury, and Tiger, he's looking good. He's looking decent today. He's had a few bogeys, a few birdies, lots of pars, but we'll see. Right now, I think the favorite to win this is either Justin Thomas or Colin Morikawa, but I don't know. I think Tiger could make a late push if he really tries. What do you like Tiger Woods? I feel like a Jupiter native, you would.
I yes, I am to an extent. Like I didn't fully get the Tiger effect until the Masters last year. We kind of like blew up with this huge story. His restaurant's like 10 miles from my house. So we're fans of him now, I guess. But I still cringe about his Santa daddy meme from a couple years ago with a giant like a white beard and dad bod.
Yeah, gotta love good old Tiger. I mean, living down there in Jupiter, there's a lot of good golf courses, a lot of good places to be, honestly. Um, but no other place to be like beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, where it rains at 6 p.m. every day.
John, here's some golf trivia. Can you name the tournament that's in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida?
Palm Beach Gardens.
It's a tournament. It's okay. I'll say that it's the one before Sawgrass.
It's the not the St. Jude's Invitational, but
It's a car company.
I think it's the Genesis Open.
No,
No, I think that was a different one. What is it?
it's the Honda Classic.
Honda Classic. Ah, sheesh. Never heard of it. When I used to live in Vegas, we would have the TPC Summerlin would be right next to me because I lived in Summerlin, and they'd always have the I think it was the St. Jude's Invitational,
Mm.
and we'd always get like tickets or something like that, and from my parents' work or something like that.
Yeah.
We never went because none, like it was I think it's a lower tier event, so none of the big guys went. But
Yeah.
I guess I like golf, but I don't go to these these events too often. Maybe when the players comes, we can go and have a you know nice mint julep at the players, which they don't serve there. That's the Kentucky Derby, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's see. You got any other sporting events that are happening across the world right now?
Baseball's coming down to the postseason right now. I think the Rays need 3 more wins to get into the playoffs, like officially. I know it's a big race, I think, in the National League. I don't think that the Cardinals are looking for a spot. The Phillies, so probably see that shape up soon. I'm kind of starting to stop watching baseball because football's on, but hopefully I'll regain some steam and watch both.
Yeah, I definitely think the MLB is heating up at a weird time because there's only 60 games and it feels like everything's moving so fast, which it is.
Yeah.
Now the Dodgers have clinched another postseason berth, which it was expected at this point with guys like Kershaw, Betts, and Bellinger. But do you think they're going to do well in the playoffs or in the postseason?
Well, it seems like fate because they're going to have the playoffs in Houston, Arlington, San Diego, and LA for little bubbles.
Mhm.
So what if we do get a NLCS with Dodgers and Padres? I mean, I'm game for it.
It could happen. It could happen. I think that that'll be an interesting series if it does happen, just because of Machado and his lack of postseason experience, and the whole team's lack of postseason experience. What we saw with the Nationals last year, you really don't need any postseason experience if you have a little bit of flair and pop and a brand new style with Fernando Tatis and guys like the young Padres pitching staff, which I cannot name a single starting pitcher on.
Yeah, they got Chris Paddock,
Okay, never mind.
Donaldson, LeMay, uh, Zach Davies.
Mhm.
Got some studs on that team. Hopefully, American League, the Yankees don't go far because I can't stand the Yankees and they shouldn't be in the playoffs because they're an injury-bearing team that's trash. So maybe we can see the Rays or even the Indians. Mr. Tristan McKenzie, see him go far in the playoffs.
I guess it all comes down to if Tiger Wood holds out this putt right here. When it's like 108 yards, the chip, he's gonna make it. Put it to about 8 feet. But I'll play that highlight right here. Kidding. You don't have rights to that. But yeah, I think that's all for the walk-ons today. If you have anything else,
Yeah, John, I want to give you a chance to plug your dodgeball team and your roster and see which people made the cut.
Yeah, and we got players like Jazz Bond forward for UNF volleyball on it. I messed that up so bad. We got a few other players that I forgot that weren't on this have graduated. But Yeah, I'm a big fan of. I don't know about your opinion on my picks, but big fan of guys like Carter Hendricks and Josh Endicott, Josh Endicott's returning from last season's dodgeball hypothetical dodgeball team.
Yeah, he's a two-time returner.
hmm He's, I think he's just the most versatile player on the team. With the 89-mile-per-hour fastball, and wow, that was a good putt. His 89-mile-per-hour fastball, and also his extremely good leaping abilities and defensive plays. The one player that I think is very interesting, I'd say Lucia Montano, women's tennis, three-time ASUN championship winner, going into her graduate season because her season was cut short last year, and she was able to come back. Um, Looking for another title, and now she'll have she has a winning mentality
Yeah.
and brings it to the dodgeball team.
And also like with tennis, you have like coordination and instincts.
Mhm.
I can see her kind of like a Neo, with like a Matrix, flashbacks of it dodging the balls like this, and
Yeah,
so have her on the team.
and it's not like they're playing like bad schools. They're playing like Navy. They're playing great, decent AP top 25 ranked teams.
Mhm.
And it's just interesting to see that we have a really good tennis program and the mentality behind all our favorite players. If you want to check out that article, you can go up to unfspinnaker.com and the full sports section, and it should be like top 5 articles there.
Yeah. And
So
you haven't got any backlash yet, so maybe we'll see some athletes commenting on your story with their own picks.
yeah, I don't know, athletes in UNF Spinnaker. It's a dime a dozen these days, and we'll see. I'll I'll get Mr. I'll stay in touch with my contacts.
Yeah.
For the Walk-Ons crew, I'm John Watson, joined by
Drew
Drew McDonald,
McDonald, Hall of Famer, just saying.
Hall of Famer Drew McDonald. See y'all next time on another episode of the Walk-Ons.